A couple of days ago, a friend messaged me saying, Alex, I'm thinking about buying a property in Gold Coast, but I'm not sure now because I saw this news. I was shocked when I read it myself. According to the Daily Mail, Michele Bullock, the new governor of the Reserve Bank of Australia, warns that due to climate change and carbon-neutral issues, property prices in some regions of Australia may decline by more than 10% before the year 2050. Notably, the Gold Coast and Byron Bay were explicitly named. The research findings of the central bank deserves serious consideration. What negative signals about the property market did the governor mention? Why will the property prices in these areas decline? In this video, we'll also analyze why these forecasts may not only be inaccurate, but could also contradict entirely the actual market trends. At the end of this video, I'll share my method for understanding media information. Once you've learned it, you'll be able to see the core of the issue instantly, eliminating all noise, and then you will make money through property investment faster. Hey there, my name is Alex. Welcome to my channel where I share information about real estate investment, economic trends, and wealth creation. If you like this video, smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to watch new weekly videos. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get straight to the point and see what's going on here. On August 29th, the newly appointed governor of the Reserve Bank of Australia, Michele Bullock, lectured at the Australian National University in Canberra. She detailed how global climate change will affect how the Reserve Bank adjusts interest rates. Climate change in Australia will make it increasingly more difficult for the central bank to formulate monetary policy. The central bank is paying more attention to the potential impacts of climate change, including risks to business operations, banks, insurance companies, especially regarding non-performing bank loans and financial stability. The Northern Hemisphere is experiencing record-breaking heat waves, and severe wildfires and hurricanes have emerged in Europe and North America. The World Meteorological Organization has declared that July has become the hottest month ever recorded due to the soaring ocean temperatures. The Australian Bureau of Meteorology predicts that this will result in a hot, dry summer along the east coast. Now, all these are typical discussions, but what our channel's audience care most about are Australian property prices. The new governor didn't disappoint us and dedicated considerable time to discussing the impact of climate issues on property prices. According to the Daily Mail, the governor warns people to be wary when buying properties, especially when investing in Gold Coast real estate market. According to the central bank research, all of Australia, including Western Australia's Perth, New South Wales' Byron Bay, and Queensland's Gold Coast, could be affected by wildfires, floods, and hurricanes. Property prices in these areas could decline by as much as 10% before 2050. If extreme natural disasters destroyed homes, it's self-evident that value of these homes would plummet. If you try to sell a ruined house, the only value left is the land it sits on. To build a new house, you'd need to clear the site first and wait for the surrounding infrastructure to develop before moving in. It's quite obvious that the property value would take a hit. However, when I saw the exaggerated headlines in the Daily Mail, my investigative instincts kicked in. After spending several hours digging into this, let me help clarify what's really going on and whether the vital news everyone's talking about is accurate or not. The first thing I did was go directly to the source. I found the original article on the Reserve Bank of Australia's website. The report is quite long, so we'll only discuss the key points related to property. The central bank has studied the impact of climate change on financial system stability. The article states that the physical risks and transition risks of climate change could significantly affect the financial system. For example, higher temperature and more extreme weather could affect asset prices and the revenue streams of banks. This could lead to an inability to recover loans, an increase in insurance claims, and a depreciation in the book value of financial investments. Without better management, it could even jeopardize the stability of the financial system. Physical risks refer to more frequent and severe climate events caused by global climate change, like wildfires, floods, droughts, and hurricanes, as well as risks associated with rising temperatures, altered rainfall patterns, and rising sea levels. All of this could physically destroy residential properties. Transition risks refer to changes in policy, law, and technology to combat climate change, as well as shifts in housing preferences, like people no longer wanting to live by the sea, river, or forests. These risks and phenomena could impact the entire economy from various angles. For instance, hotter and more extreme weather could disrupt business operations, damage properties, and slow down productivity growth. If weather issues make people reluctant to live in a particular location, the property values there will naturally decline. The central bank even included a map indicating which parts of Australia could see property prices decline due to extreme weather. Grey areas represent regions where property prices could fall by less than 2%, covering most of Australia. Light pink indicates areas where prices could fall between 2 to 5%, including some inland areas in New South Wales and Queensland, and some uninhabited parts of Western Australia and northern Queensland. Red represents areas where prices could fall between 5 to 10%, and this is where it gets interesting. This includes the Gold Coast in Queensland, Byron Bay in New South Wales, and outskirts of Melbourne and Adelaide, as well as Malakuta in Victoria. Many suburbs in Western Australia are marked in dark red, indicating that the central bank thinks property prices there could drop more than 10% by 2050. These are the findings related to Australian property forecasts in both the article published by the central bank and the speech by the new governor. So, which parts went wrong? Let's find out. First of all, academic research and real-world events are related. Still, academic studies are generally conducted in a lab setting, with researchers approaching problems purely from a data and logic standpoint. The central bank's report clearly states that it's based on real estate analysis done by central bank employees, specifically by these three individuals. No one knows if they've been successful in real estate investment. They might not even own a house or could very well be renting. Next, if you've ever written an academic paper, you know they're built upon certain assumptions to arrive at certain conclusions. What are the assumptions of this central bank report? It's based on the most extreme physical risks and the severe transition risks. It assumes that climate issues will definitely occur and that for the next 25 years, no preventative measures will be taken, like burning a few trees in the inland area of Gold Coast to prevent wildfires. You see, the assumptions themselves are already based on the most extreme scenarios. The logic is that severe weather will drive up insurance prices, causing property values to drop. It doesn't consider other factors influencing house prices. In Australia, the reason of rising house prices can be summed up in one phrase: residence and debt level. With a growing population and easy credit policies, there is no reason why house prices wouldn't go up. Desirable living conditions, including infrastructure, hospitals, supermarkets, train stations, and even sunshine and beaches, are all factors in this equation. Since the report specifically mentions the Gold Coast, I looked into flooding data for the area. The Gold Coast has had a flood risk for a long time, with more than 45 recorded floods since 1925. Logically, you would think people should avoid living there, but what actually happened was just the opposite. Over the last century, people have learned to build better drainage systems and adopt improved construction technologies, significantly mitigating flood risks and transforming the Gold Coast into a holiday and retirement paradise. In some areas, property values have increased by 80% over the last 5 years and have seen an annual growth of 13% over the previous decade. Compared to that, I don't think a bit of increase in the insurance premium matters at all. What would I do if a disaster like Darwin's 1974 Cyclone Tracy were to occur, destroying 80% of the homes on the Gold Coast? I'd buy properties without any hesitation, taking advantage of the lowest prices and making a fortune out of it. Economic downturns and disasters often present the best investment opportunities. Now, some people see the glass as half empty, while others see it as half full. That is just a human nature. Concerns over the Australian property market have been around for a while. Take the pandemic, for instance. Media headlines declared the Australian property market doomed, and some people believed it. These doomsayers were pumped up, proclaiming the end of property market. But what happened after proved them wrong. Property prices only fell by 2.3% compared to the pre-pandemic levels, and then started rising again. Now the media is again making claims based on the central bank's report. I've never allowed such noise to change my view of the property market. Unfortunately, many people still get swayed by misinformation, like the friend I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So following my real estate channel, tuning out the noise, and focusing on making profitable property investments is essential. Interestingly, the central bank's report on falling property prices hasn't received much coverage in Australian media, but was highlighted by the UK's Daily Mail. I was quite surprised that my friend even came across it. Many people don't understand how the media operates and are easily swayed, causing confusion. I believe my insights into the Australian property market are quite accurate. All three of my previous market trend predictions have been accurate. This is because I can identify key information, ignore market noise, and see the essence of the issue. I'll share my information gathering methods, which could be pivotal in your real estate investment decisions. Navigating the media landscape requires several steps. First and foremost, stay away from non-local media. In the example I mentioned earlier, my friend who lives and works in Australia sought information on Australia but ended up reading a British newspaper. This is a clear indication that she missed the mark right from the first step. For local issues in Australia, one should go to local media platforms. The second point is to avoid secondhand information. If you read a news article that says the central bank predicts a decline in housing prices, you might lose confidence in buying a house. The problem here is that this is secondhand information, and it doesn't fully represent reality. To get a complete understanding, I went straight to the source and read the original report from the central bank, including the citations, before making my judgment. When choosing a media platform, it's crucial to understand its biases. No media organization is neutral. They all have political objectives and financial incentives affecting which side they pick. Research the media's stance before diving into their reports, and you naturally build an effective filter for the information you consume. If you want to do a bit more, consider the personality of the writer or speaker. Understanding this will give you greater insight into the purpose and implications of their words. For example, I characterize the new central bank governor as blunt and focused solely on economic principles with low emotional intelligence. How did I come to this conclusion? Well, the governor publicly stated that unemployment rates in Australia must rise to 4.5% to keep inflation between 2 to 3%. The statement should have been phrased differently. The goal is to maintain inflation between 2 to 3%, and an unfortunate side effect might be an increase in unemployment to 4.5%. See the difference? The governor is more focused on the monetary policy, neglecting the nuance in her choice of words. I completely agree with the monetary policy. Unemployment would inevitably rise, but that's not how you should phrase it. As a result, the moment she took office, there was a backlash. Activists disrupted her speech, marching past the podium and shouting, "If rising interest rates will lead to a surge in unemployment, the governor should be the first to lose her job."
140,000 people need to lose their jobs. I reckon you should go first.
So, understanding the difference between facts and opinion is critical, yet many people fail to differentiate the two. My research focuses on facts to summarize the patterns of Australian property market, which then guides practical applications. Some theories are validated as correct, while others need adjustment. Every 8 to 12 months, I will make some tweaks based on current market and economic conditions, but the core investment philosophy remains unchanged. So if you're interested in the latest trends in Australian real estate market, leave a comment below and let me know if you would be interested in a monthly live stream. If you've made it this far, please give a like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Turn on the notification bell to watch new weekly videos. And follow me on social media at RealCoachAlex. Hope to see you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.